how bloody hard it is to find some shelving for the computer desk so we can create some more bloody space. Just gone to the $2 shop to have a bloody look. No such bloody thing. They did have the shelves, but they sit too damn low, so they won't sit properly behind the bloody computer. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Benji's Vlogs and Whatnots 2.0. I am Benji. As you guys can tell, I am currently looking for something in particular for the computer desk. I'm looking for a little shelf that we can raise some things up above where the computer screen is. So basically what the plan was initially is I've got my little computer over here, as you guys know, and what I was hoping to do is get myself a little shelf sitting behind here. What I could probably do is pull the computer forward just a little bit like that and give myself about what 2-3 inches at the back, but yeah, I don't want to have it too close to the edge where it will risk of slipping forward, because I need a bit of space for when we open the thing up like that. If we have a look behind the screen, it's not really that much once it basically gets up, because that there is roughly about the style that we have it at. I also wanted to get myself a power board for here as well. I want to put that up on the wall. I want to raise that up so it gets a bit of airflow around it, because that thing gets friggin' hot. So what we've done with that is the cable runs from pretty much that, runs underneath there, runs around the wall, runs in through there, and then it goes to the power supply point over there. I'm going to see if I can find one of those little picture hangers or a screw or something so that we can put it into the wall, because what I want to initially do is, if we can at some point, get that up here like this, try and move that over there without anything falling down. Fun times. So I'll have to get back to you in just a second and I'll show you exactly what one was planning, because that right there is pretty much what we were after. Is have it sit in the corner like that and have all the cables in a nice little pile. But the problem with that is it now represents it's piling up too much in the bloody corner. What I could probably do is wrap that around one of the bloody legs. I think that might work just as good. Yes, I think I've got a win, guys. I've sat back and I had a look and think what we could do. So what I've done, because I've got 2 power outlets in my room, I've got one sitting just in there that I run the computer and PlayStation and my little fridge off. So that is going to mainly just do this. And I've got another one sitting just over there, as you guys can see, past the amp and the guitar case. So what I've done is I ran an extension cord from the closest power outlet there, ran it behind the case here, and as you can see just here, it runs there. And what I've done is I've wrapped it around that a couple times, and with the multiple board, PowerPoint board, I wrapped it around the leg a little bit, and then I've joined it up just there. And it's the same with this computer power, as I've ran it from here, tucked it behind the very computer desk there, and then sat the thing there. And then with the part that goes into the computer, which is right there, I've wrapped around the leg just there, wrapped it around down, and then brought it back up, tucked it up behind the desk again because there's a bit of a gap, then straight into the computer. Not only that, I probably shouldn't do this, but I wrapped the thing around a couple times there, and I wrapped that around a couple of times as well and tucked it under one of the legs. But in all honesty guys, I still want to get a little shelf for behind that. Maybe if I can get one high enough to sit above the computer screen. Oh, excuse me, stomach decided to have a bit of a spasm then, sorry about that guys. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking for, is a shelf that goes just above the computer desk, up about probably about that high above the computer desk. So at least that way we can have the camera and the computer screen open. At least then we can sort of put stuff up onto the shelf. So I'm not really seeing anything of any decency for what we're after. Now I could have something like this with a little box underneath it, but yeah, I don't know. There's plenty of things like this, but yeah, even something like that won't do. That'd be too big, especially across the base. There's plenty of these things here that you can attach to the back of the little desk, but no, that won't work. So it looks like it's going to be one of those things that we're going to have to, as you would say, really have a look at. Because a lot of these will not work for what we're after. That one there, maybe. No, that'll push the bloody desk too far forward. Oh well, looks like I'm going to have to keep on looking. At least we got one thing done about that messy looking table. All we got to do is just keep on looking, and by next week we should have something for the table, to say the least. Can't really afford to get it as of right now, but gives me a bit of time to, as you would say, look for it. Again, I'm very, very happy with the outcome of it either way. Mum did say something about Kmart might have something. So I might have to have a bit of a gander at Kmart, especially on the site, to see if I can find something there. But yeah, we'll have to keep an open mind. We'll have to keep an eye out for everything. I'm going to go and have another look at the $2 shop to see if there's anything there that we can find, especially for what we're looking for. So there is a couple of different options. There's this one here that sits underneath the desk itself, and then you can pull it out, but I'm not really after something like that. I'm after something more along the lines like an actual shelf that you can put behind the computer itself to raise the things off the back. So far, all I'm really seeing is these style things and the little baskets underneath the desk itself, and I don't want to lose any leg room from underneath. So far, desk organization and accessories. That's not really what I'm after. Desk shelf, maybe something like desk shelf might be the way to go. But it still comes up as these style of bloody things. Even something like that. See, that's a style thing I was thinking of. Something like that is what we're looking for roughly, but not as wide. What a thing to put on the friggin' thing. Warning. Children have died from furniture tip over. Oh my goodness, I've never seen that before. That's a bloody first. But I guess, guys, how it is now, organised with everything, I just need to secure some things down, especially the power board. Everything else, all the wiring and everything else is basically neatened up, and Miss Baxter is obviously giving her 2 cents as always. But there's not really, I don't think, much else we can do. I think a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be finding is not going to be doing the job for what we're after. But either way, guys, it is worth a look, worth a try, and everything else in between. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to keep on looking, and hopefully we can find something in the next week or so. But for now, there's not much else we can do. Until we get paid next week, there's not much we can do for getting this said thing. I might even be able to try My Tech. They might have something. It's worth a try, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Especially there, it is quite expensive. But either way, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. So in saying that, it is an Evidently for now. I will see you guys in the next video. So for now, guys, I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep it cheesy.